Okay. Hi, this is High School 333. Currently, it is October 23rd, 2025. Okay, so I guess how I'm going to title this video, I'm going to title it something talking about the food stamps and basically the government shutdown or whatever. So, um, I've been watching the news, and we first of all we had the No Kings protest on October 18th, 2025, where there were a lot of people just saying that no, we don't have kings in America, and yet the government is shut down. And it's not shut down because of Donald Trump. It's shut down because Chuck Schumer, or basically 5 Democrats, not voting for the same bill that they voted on for the past what 3 times, I think they said it reportedly. And so I'm just simply like, but you still have, there's black people saying it's Trump's fault. This is Chuck Schumer. This is politics. Chuck Schumer is holding using the American people as some kind of hostage, just to play politics. And it's insane. And see, looking back at the history of SNAP benefits and food stamps, I saw a documentary roughly a year ago or 2 years ago, and it basically, food stamps was implemented to the American people because there was a point in time where they had a lot of people working and people who were delivering the food to these stores, and so the store shelves were fully stocked, but the workers who was doing the work, they weren't making enough money to buy the actual food, and so it came to the point where there were some people, they were stealing from other people's farms. There one man, he's told a story that he saw like some person in his garden, and he came out there with a shotgun. He was like, he was gonna blow her away, and she was like, she's had a tomato. She said, please let me have this, a tomato. And then another I think there was a police officer, a incident where a police officer went to his either a person went to their neighbor's house or a person went to a person's house or whatever, and they were end up they cooked their pet, their dog, because they didn't have any food. And so it came to the point where people just some of the well, a lot of the people inside of this city, I forgot if this was during the Great Depression or even before that. It was some time, but pretty much it got to the point where the working people, they said pretty much, either you find a way, either the government figures this shit out, or we're gonna sub paying and take all this stuff out of these stores. And so that was back when we had just shotguns and like little ball loaders. We got AR-15s now. And so I saw some other people. They were talking about white people. Well, some conservatives who just don't get the gravity of how bad things can get. So this conservative, he was a white man. He was saying, "Ha ha, these black women and these people that are on welfare, they want to go out there and get their ass a job," not knowing that some of these people that are on food stamps, they have jobs, and I say jobs plural too, and they still need food stamps. And so I'm just saying, I'm not on food stamps, and I'm getting by the grace of God. I don't know how the hell I'm still here, but still, I wish I can get food stamps. I need it, but still. But my overall point is, for people, they need to have empathy. Because right now, people who think they're on top, they don't understand that this is a season. This is a period of time. And it doesn't, tables turn. Seasons come and go. Let me see if that was my point for this, because I got a person I want to allude to, but I don't want to miss anything. So let me pause for a second. Let me unpause for a second. I'm reminded when I say empathy. There was a time where I could just easily get a job. Like I could just look at a job and I could probably get it. And like now I'm like, But anyway, well, I'm talking about a good job, a desirable job. Because anyway, point. So there was a point in time where I was working with this girl. I'm not gonna say her name. I was, but I'm not gonna say her name. But I was working with 2 jobs at the time, maybe 3. I forgot. But because I was trying to get like the stuff that I wanted to get. I'm like getting well my car was paid off at the time. My used car was paid off at the time. But I was just getting things for the house, like decorations and stuff like that. Cause I'm working my butt off, just buying the stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this, getting this, getting this, getting this, while I can get it. Because anyway, this girl, she told me, she said, Ice Blue 333. Things don't have to always go your way. You need to understand that. Just because things are going good now does not mean that they're gonna always be good. Because I had the mindset that if you want something, just go out there and get it. Work hard, get a better job, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Try harder and all this other stuff. Not knowing that what was going on for me was a season, temporary. Well, temporary. Periods of times comes and goes. And I didn't understand it until the tables turned and everything I tried to do, pretty much it did not work anymore. And then there's a saying that I thought I was doing the right thing. It was a season. It was a season it was a good season. And then winter came. So, yeah, you don't never know what could happen that could change your entire life, your entire life's trajectory. Because doing astrology, I never in my life imagined that I would be sitting here looking at the stars and stuff and making predictions. This was my worst nightmare. This is my worst nightmare, as a matter of fact. But it's like it's the only thing that works. It's funny. I was watching I think this tarot card reader. Her name was Doreen something. But anyway, what did she say? Well, she converted from being a tarot reader to being all in all for like Jesus. And she said that tarot reading cards and stuff like that is evil and it's against God's will or whatever. And so she went on this whole spiel about that. And I'm like, so if astrology was bad, and I'm thinking back to the 3 wise men or whatever, and it's against the Bible, why were they not despised? What's the word? Why were they considered important in the discovery of Jesus? And also, why did they spare Jesus' life? Why didn't they tell the king about him? Were they considered prophets? I'm also thinking about let's see here. I think she said that like it's an abomination to God, astrology and the tarot cards and stuff like that. The question is for me is like, so how do you know if something is of God's plan and is not of God's plan? So because if you dispel everything, when a actual prophet comes, pretty much how do you know that it's not of the devil or is it of God? That's just one thing. And let's see here, another girl that I was looking at or whatever, she was saying something about anyway, I think it was Daniel or something like that. But I think I would just get to the point. No, it was a king. It was a king. I forgot the king's name. I forgot the Bible story. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, so I did get the name right. I haven't read the Bible in a long time. It's just I know the gist of the stories. But anyway, it was in the book of Daniel, right? And so it was King Nebuchadnezzar. He had a dream and he tried to get multiple seers and readers to understand his dream, but nobody could do it except for what? Daniel? And so why wasn't Daniel like considered evil and all this other stuff, whatever? And they said there was another dream in regards to Pharaoh in Genesis, where Joseph interpreted to show that there will be 7 years of abundance that will also be followed by 7 years of famine. Like I said, everything's a season, and they prompted the king to store food to prepare for the disaster. That's another prophet right there. So anyway, I forgot my overall point. I was getting to Tim Pool. So in one of my previous videos, I said that Tim Pool, he made a video, talking about Hayley Williams and her newly released song called Glum, Glum, and he was just like, ha ha ha, y'all other people are like depressed. Don't you? You need a wife. You need a kid. You need to have a good career and all this other stuff. And I'm like, he's just like laughing and overjoyed, like thinking that everything, not knowing that I interpreted that song in regards to Hayley Williams. It may not have been a threat. I'm just saying how I interpreted it, in my opinion. So it's like that song was meant for him, well, for people like him. Cause like it's like even me, I knew, looking at the astrology, I knew something something big was about to happen. It was just a matter of time. With that eclipse being so close to Donald Trump's ascendant, and all the other astrological techniques that you can use to just see things. So it may or may not have been anything to do with the Illuminati, but I'm just saying, like, the astrology showed that something huge was about to happen, and it's like that song was meant for people like him. And so after Charlie Kirk's death or assassination, not Tim, he went from get a loving career and a wife or husband and have kids and put on your bootstraps and go to work. And now this dude, not this dude. He's like, it's gonna cost us an arm and leg to have security to go to these events, and I might have to shut down this portion of my channel and yada yada. And I'm like, I thought about taking my thing and taking my van and going out to the river. It's funny how tables can turn so quickly, and yet inside of some of his other videos that are not relevant to the current right now, he was sometimes calling people like cowards and all this other stuff, and that's what turned me off to him. Even though he is still one of the few people that I do watch in regards to online news commentary. Anyway, so all I'm saying is that it's funny how tables can turn. Anyways, was that my point? So I mean, but the song Glum, even though it may have been considered a not a threat, but an omen, it's kind of a good song. But I mean, it's funny how he was saying that he was alluding to the fact that is this how basically Hayley Williams thinks, and it's so depressing and yada 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 yada. And it's funny how the table just flipped. Anyway, so I'm also thinking about I think I'll make a second video, because I'm just going to ramble inside of this one, I guess, because there's a lot of stuff that went down throughout from October 14th until now, October 23rd. But I want to ramble on this video just so that I can get something out in the ether in regards to my opinion, in regards to really it's the Democrats that have the government shut down, because the Republicans need 5 more votes. And even though they have the House and the Senate, This is a republic. So we need the votes, and the Democrats are basically holding Americans hostage. So now let me see. I want to try to just go down this list right here live while I'm recording. Hopefully I don't mess up. So I say some conservatives are celebrating the fact that SNAP benefits could end for some people, not knowing that SNAP benefits were created because of the way people acted when there was no way to get food. So I've already discussed that earlier inside this video. Tables turn, and just like somebody found out, the things you have are only there for a season. But you know what? I wonder what Chuck Schumer ate last night. I wonder, was it steak and potatoes? Maybe a little cheesecake on the side. Because he's the one who's saying that, oh, we're doing this. We're fighting for the Americans. And yet still, you got your paycheck. So I really wonder what Chuck Schumer ate last night. And this is October 23rd. And so this is for anybody to go back on November 1st, when I believe that they will at the government shut down, continue to be shut down, because it's like a grandstanding. It gets the perfect emotional reaction. Jesus. And because it's Thanksgiving, and then they might even let it continue all the way throughout Christmas. But like I said, in regards to Bill Clinton has the same astrology as the beginnings of the impeachment that happens on November 13th. So I don't know. And I did say that today is October 23rd. I said on October 20th, Bill Clinton, he will have the maybe that could be the combination of the Ghislaine Maxwell testimony / Epstein investigation. But kind of find out on the 21st of October, that's when Virginia Dufresne, who is reportedly an Epstein victim, she came out with a tell-all book called Nobody's Girl. I made a post about that on Twitter and True Social and on AstroSeek too. But I guess I'm gonna do this now. Well, I'll make another video after this one. So let's see here. So again, I wonder what Chuck Schumer ate last night. So let me continue. The shutdown is due to politics and Democrats thinking, not knowing, thinking that black people are too dumb to see for themselves what's going on. They said it. Chuck Schumer already said it. What's that? Jasmine Crockett, she said it herself. She said that, oh, we're trying to get this healthcare situation set out, and baby, you gonna have to give me something for my vote. Mm-hmm. What do you call that? It's the stereotype. Mm-hmm. You gonna have to give me something for my vote. I wonder what she ate last night. Jasmine Crockett. I forgot what show she said it on. I saw it on Oh, no, I saw it on another black it's not entertainer, media reporter, who was commentating about the government shutdown. Anyway, okay, let me pause for a second. Okay, so let me continue. So that black media commentator, it's like she tried to sub and not post a video, but add a video to her video in regards to Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, talking about the government shutdown. And like when Caroline Leavitt said that this is Chuck Schumer's fault. We need the 5 votes so that we can go ahead and get the government back open. And the the black media commentator, her face scrunched up for a minute because she had just said that this is Trump's fault, and like no. So anyway, the girl she pretty much she just tried to find more videos that kind of tried to back up her let me pause for a second. I'm trying to think of the word. So back up her narrative in regards to what she considered was the reason for the government shutdown, the Schumer government shutdown. The Republicans need 5 more votes from the Democrats. This is not a kingdom. It's a republic. Anyway, so I don't understand what was the point of no King's protest when we need 5 votes to get the government back open from the Democrats. And again, black people are saying that the Republicans have the House and the Senate. And yet that's not how the system works. That just shows just how the Democrats think how stupid you are. And they play on that. So, like, again, the entire point, I'm repeating myself, I'm just going down my notes now, or a few of my notes. Food stamps could end on November 1st, 2025. And that will leave 42 million people will be without food. And then so, back to empathy. Have some empathy for some of these people, because it's like, this one white man, he said, well, if you don't have food stamps, take your AWS to the food bank, or go to a bread line, or go get a job. And like I said, not knowing that some of these people that are on food stamps, they have jobs. Not everybody's on welfare. This man had no empathy. And even people who have those jobs, they can barely cover utilities, rent, food, insurance, this, that, kids. Anyway. So, and and he's like, he's saying that well, first of all, there were some videos that he posted that looked like they were kind of AI, because this woman, she kept on picking up these big boxes of chips and juices and stuff like that. But it's like when she pulled the box up or whatever, it's like one of the little girl, one of the children's side of the video, her legs disappeared for a second. It's like it was like AI generated. And so anyway, this man, he was basically saying that well, no, inside there was one of the videos. Inside of another video with a black person, or whatever, they was saying that they gonna rob people for their groceries or whatever. And so this man, he was like, I'm saying that, oh, I want you to try to rob me. And I'm like, okay, that's one way to live. But the thing about it is that if you kill one black person, or if one black person kills one white person, it can be tables turn. You never know. But people have cousins, aunties, brothers, sisters, other relatives. I mean, it's like it could be a bloodbath. And there's some people that think they're gonna be the what is it, anti-hero or whatever, and be on top of a doggone a building or whatever with their little sniper rifle, not knowing that some people are already planning for that stuff too. And you think you're gonna step there and just have cover. Somebody gonna light that place on fire, and your butt might end up burn up. When I watch the documentary, I'm going back and forth. I hope I don't sound crazy or whatever in regards to my points and times or whatever. But when I watched that documentary in regards to why they implemented SNAP benefits or whatever, and how bad things were, I'm like, looking at the technology that we have now, and you think you're gonna be on the top of a roof, and somebody's gonna get a jug of gasoline, light that stuff on fire, and have you up there calling for help, and there ain't gonna be nobody to help you. They might as well empty that rifle Why you up there? But my point, I guess I'm just saying there's just no empathy. No empathy. Not everybody's on welfare. Mm-mm-mm. And then also there's other black people inside those videos. They're saying that Trump said we're getting all this tariff money. I don't see none of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that's not how the system works. The government has to be open for the money to be used. Like, this is the Democrats still playing on your stupidity. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's the truth. This is the reason why I voted Republican. Just looking at all the stuff that's going on, I'm like, anyway. So even though Trump is not perfect, and I say it one more time, even though Trump is not perfect, I prefer him over Chuck Schumer, who's holding us Americans hostage because he's trying to give health care. The point of this entire shutdown, he's wanting to give people who are here illegally health care, better health care, I might add, than the veterans who lost limbs to protect this country. Chuck Schumer wants to give people who are here illegally health care, better health care than the Americans who are here. That's what this entire situation is about. So it adds more insult to injury when you add in the fact that the tax-paying Americans are the ones who are suffering because Chuck Schumer is holding the government hostage, and holding the people of America hostage with this government shutdown, trying to give benefits to people who are here illegally. And I hate using the word illegal aliens because it's the word dishumanize. It's inhumane to me personally. It's like the N-word to me. But anyway, it's dehumanizing. There we go. So again, we just need 5 Democrat votes. And then there's also Hillary Clinton. She made a post on Twitter saying that this isn't Trump's house, this is your house. But if this is the people's house, when January 6th, 2021 happened, why were people locked up for entering their house? So that's one thing. And then the second thing, and she made this tweet in reference to Donald Trump. He's gonna add a ballroom to the White House. I don't know where. I don't care. I don't care. And he's gonna use his own funds to do it. It's not using the government money. It's using his own money to pretty much build a ballroom for the White House. And so let's see here. And that was on the 21st of October. Let me pause for a second because there was somebody else who made additional commentary to that statement in regards to Hillary Clinton. So let me pause. Okay, so this person's his name is Benny Johnson. And he tweeted, he said, "Hi Hillary," in reference to Hillary Clinton saying that this is not Trump's house, this is your house. And she said that Trump is destroying the people's house or whatever. But she didn't say anything about the people on January 6th going into the building, even though apparently this is the people's house. Anyway. So Benny Johnson, he tweeted in reference to her tweet, "Hi Hillary, remind us, wasn't it you who walked off with $28,000 in White House furniture when you moved out? And your husband Bill Clinton, who defiled the Oval Office during his presidency. President Trump's funding a beautiful new ballroom out of his own pocket. Where was the outrage when taxpayer dollars were paid for Roosevelt's West Wing, Taft's Oval Office, FDR's East Wing and private pool, Truman's full White House rebuild, Nixon's bowling alley, and Obama's basketball court. Obama had a basketball court. The fact that your comments are off speaks volumes. Maybe it's just Hillary Clinton. She's upset because she's not in the White House anymore. Anyway, so that was October 21st, 2025. Let's see here. So let me see, is that where I'm going to end it in regards to this video? So I don't know if because I remade this video like twice. So let's see here. So do I regret voting for Trump? Hell no. Not Chuck Schumer is holding the American people hostage to give benefits to people who are here illegally. Better benefits than the people who are already here. Even better benefits than the veterans who died who lost limbs for this country. Can't make this shit up even if I tried. And like I said, the Republicans only need like 5 votes from the Democrats to get the government back open. All the Republicans have done their job. Anyway. And so I said, I don't know if I said this already or not, because I tried to make this video 2 times and I messed up 2 times. Anyway, so back all the way back in I think 2012, 2013, when I was going to college, I tried to get food stamps, and being that Obamacare was in place, I couldn't get no more than I think 27 hours working at the place I worked at, because I think if you made over 32 hours or whatever, the company was forced to give you health benefits or whatever. And so yeah, so when I tried to apply for food stamps, because I was going to school at the time and working at the same time, they said that I made either too little or too much. I forgot now. And so I'm like, I could barely, all of my money was going to pay my car insurance and pay for gas to go back and forth to school. I was living off like what I think maybe $4 a day in regards to food. And luckily there was a Wendy's going back and forth inside of that area, and I was able to get like 2 sandwiches a day. And I would go to Dollar Tree and buy like these boxes of tea. I think either green tea or regular tea or whatever, and I would buy me a bag of sugar. And that was my meals for my college days. Or I'll buy some cup noodles, a box of 4 cup noodles, and that was my college meal. I was happy to get like $1.39 sandwich from Wendy's, and that was when the $1.39. Well, the 39 cent was for extra bacon or whatever. That was when I was having a good day. when I really had money. $1.39. But anyway, so I tried to get on food stamps all the way back then, and yeah, they wouldn't give it to me, and I needed it. I need it now, but my life's so messed up. I'm living off the grace of God. But anyway, that's enough about me. I think I want to go ahead and get into an update in regards to pretty much the events that have happened so far since October 14th, 2025 until now, October 23rd, 2025. So I think I'm gonna end this video right here. This is just my rant in regards to people just need to have more empathy, because lack of food can make people do a lot of crazy things. And I think I also alluded to it, I was watching like videos in regards to just Christian videos of people saying that, oh, the astrology is evil and tarot reading and all this other stuff is evil. How do you know how? They say that only God can judge, and pretty much how do you know if a person is a prophet or is not a prophet? I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I don't want to do this shit. It's just, this is the only thing that works, and it's like it's like every time I try to do something else, something bad happens. Every time I'm doing this, and somebody tries to stop me from doing it or tries to mess things up for me in regards to doing this, because something happens to them. And so I'm like, okay, so I guess this is what I'm supposed to be doing then. Because I shouldn't even be able to post these videos, how my life is messed up. Or pretty much eat the things I want to eat, and yet, like, because it's like somehow things are just working out. And this is the only thing that does work for me. So, anyway, that's it for now. I think I wanted to say that an event happened. That was the way I was trying to say. Pretty much, I was running some errands for a family member or whatever, and so I went to a local store, and this woman, I purchased my items or whatever, and I'm broke. I have nothing. I had 25 cents in my pocket, and that's all I had, literally at the point at the time. So I'm walking out the door, and this Mexican woman, she walks up to me and puts a pair of an unopened box of Apple iPods in my hand, and a gold ring, and it was heavy. So I'm like, this thing must be real. Like, this thing must have been like 24 karat gold. It even had the discoloration of actual gold, like the rose. They say real gold is like has a specific color. Anyway, the point. So, and the ring was heavy. And I'm like, what is it? I'm like, and this Mexican woman, she was like, pick one. And I'm like, and I was like, ma'am, I'm broke. I have nothing. I have nothing. So I gave her. I said, I don't know what your issue is or whatever. I don't know what kind of money you need or whatever. But I have nothing. I took the quarter out of my pocket and I gave it to her. So I was like, what was weird about it to me was that, my list, well, if you watch my older videos or whatever, I gave a list to Donald Trump. I said I wanted like a solid gold medal, a 13 ounce solid gold medal. And I said I wanted a whole bunch of Apple products and stuff like that. And like 13 years worth of upgrades and stuff like that, of computers, iPhones, and all this other stuff. And etc. And 13 years worth of Verizon. It's on my list in regards to Donald Trump or whatever, and Christopher. That sounds crazy, but still, if you watch my previous videos or whatever, you would get it. But anyway, it was weird for that to happen to me, and I'm like, an Apple product and a solid gold ring. I'm like, go figure. Maybe that's another omen or whatever. I don't know. But again, I guess my point is, so I gave that woman like the last quarter I had or whatever, and I was like, I hope this helps you. It's nothing, I know, but so, who knows? Anyway, my point is, have more empathy with people, because the thing about it is, like, even you might think that you're on top right now, but just know that's a season. I used to be the same way. Like, work hard, take your ass to work and do this and this, work hard and do all this other stuff or whatever. You're not doing enough and all this other stuff. Not knowing that, just like that, God can give you everything, and He can take it all away from you like it's nothing. Things be going good for you, and just like that, gone. And you might even be inside of the greatest financial position, but guess what? You might get like a pain somewhere. You might want to go to the doctor to see what it is. Stage 4 cancer, stage 5 cancer. you thought everything. You thought you had everything planned out, and nah, God sent you a whole doggone a curveball. Have empathy, because you don't never know. You never know. And I mean, I gotta live up to that too. That quote too, because I mean, I have empathy. Anyway, that's it for and another thing I want to add on too is like people think that because I want to add it in regards to my name is Ice Blue 333, and right now there are a lot of there are ICE agents that are just rounding up these Mexican people. And some people may think that, oh, he's a huge Trump supporter. His name is Ice Blue, like blue is in back in the blue, like back in police officers. And 333, I don't know what. Well, Cash Patel keeps on alluding to number 33, so I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, but the name Ice Blue, I don't know if 333 came. I don't know when the 333 came up, but I created my name all the way back in, I think, 6th grade, and that was around like 2000 and year 2000 and 2001, year 2000, year 2001, and I made this name because a Pokemon game came out. I didn't play Pokemon card games. I played Yu-Gi-Oh. But anyway, my point. So my favorite Pokemon was Suicune. It's a blue Pokemon with well, you can just Google it. I don't have the technology to post the image, but still my favorite Pokemon is Suicune. Out of all the Pokemon, is Suicune. And I guess my second favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo, because of just how sick he was when he first came out in the Pokemon the first movie. I don't like the evolution of Mewtwo. The first, I think Pokemon the first movie. Oh no, I think it's Mewtwo Strikes Back. But Mewtwo was like, he was badass when he first came out. I was like, yes, that's a villain. So anyway, so Suicune is my favorite Pokemon, and Suicune is an ice type Pokemon, and so I wanted to create a some kind of character or some kind of name with like that, and then so the name Ice Blue came up, and I was like, I wanted to make it even more unique, and so the blue ends in a E, and so if you reverse it, it's Ice Blue 3, but it's a then you can have it's sectioned out as Ice Blue and three threes, or 333. And so I was like, that's kind of cool. That's a nice name. That's my new name. And so I made my most of my accounts like that, in reference to my name, Ice Blue 333. So it has nothing to do with the ice rounding up Mexicans, nor does it have anything to do with back in the blue, nor does it have anything to do with numbers 333, whatever that may be. Oh, I think 33 is like a Mason number or something like that. Okay, whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It was just it was something. It was a thought that came up around in 2001, 2001. I was in 6th grade. I was like, what, 10, 11, 12? I forgot. Anyway, let's see here. Let me pause for a second. Okay, and my other point in regards to just ice. Now, do I support ice? In the fact of doing a job, I support that. It's just the simple fact of the matter of just how do we pretty much get the good Mexican people into the United States legally, and not disrupt. Because there are a lot of good Mexican people that are here that are good, and they're just trying to do good, and to mess that up is like, I think that we need a better way of handling the situation, because at one point in time it was the black people that were being rounded up and done all kind of ways. So now it's the Mexicans. So it's like, it's always just like the reason how, just like how I don't like Candace Owens. It's not what she says, is how she says it. It's not what ICE is doing, is how they're doing it. I wish that there was just a way where these Mexican people, they can just be sorted out, and if they are, it just needs to be handled better, more humanely. So my name has nothing to do with nothing to do with. Oh, I'm happy about ICE in the Mexican situation or whatever. No. Anyway, back in the blue. I do support the police officers. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this video here. Yeah. Well, let me check one more thing to make sure that I got everything. I think I'm gonna add it to the other video. Let me pause for a second. Okay. Additionally, I need to add this. The reason why I started learning astrology was because I wanted to win the lottery. Because my let me say this slower. The reason why I started learning astrology is to try to attempt to beat the lottery, because my life went straight to shit. Like after when my Saturn return began, well, when my 27th birthday hit on that exact day, my life just went straight to shit, and it did not get better. So it's like every time I try to stand up on my own 2 feet, it's like something bad would happen and just knock me right back down in regards to my career. And so it's like there was an event that happened that made me just be like, I have a better chance of winning the lottery than getting a good desirable job. And so that's when I started trying to beat the lottery using astrology. So I want to end it right here because I can't end this video without talking about a little astrology. So apparently on November 6th, 2025, and let remind you that on November 1st, 2025, that's when they say that the food stamps is supposed to run out or whatever. So on November 6th, 2025, transiting Venus will be inside of Scorpio, and transiting Uranus will be inside of Gemini before it re-enters and goes into Taurus. And so transiting Venus will make a quincunx to transiting Uranus. And all the while, I believe on November the 7th, that's when transiting Uranus is going to go into back into Taurus. And that's just a shakeup in regards to just food and resources, because Taurus rules the throat and food that you consume. So there definitely could be riots in regards to food when after transiting Uranus goes back into Taurus. Let me see here. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so let me go back a little bit. So on October 21st, 2025, I think there was a new moon. Let me pause for a second because I need to look at that. I don't look at transits often, but since I see some progressions coming up, and they're talking about the government getting shut down. I mean, not government getting. They're talking about SNAP benefits being cut off. We're gonna see. Let me pause. Okay, so the new moon on the 21st of October. It happened in Libra, but the ascendant of the new moon, it was in Scorpio. And so, would that be like a loss for the ascendant? Either way, pretty much transiting Mars is conjunct Mercury, transiting Mercury during this new moon, and it's in Scorpio. So there could be angering news in regards to other people's money, because Scorpio is other people's money. But not only that, the new moon, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The new moon is making a quincunx to the transiting Neptune and transiting Saturn conjunction. And weirdly enough, is that transiting Neptune is at 1 minute of Aries. But it's inside of the 5th house though. But it's 6 from the moon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Pluto is 4 houses from the moon. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And transiting Uranus is 8 houses from the moon. So there could be some shakeups in regards to just things in general because of bad news about other people's money. And I think also around the same time when transiting Mercury conjoined transiting Mars, that's when there was a major internet outage in regards to Amazon or their AWS features or whatever. So I won't talk about that inside of the next video. I'm just trying to give a little astrological lore at the end of this video. So let's see here. So I'm gonna go down some progressions in regards to Donald Trump and other political figures. So let's see here. So Neptune changes signs. It changed signs on October 22nd, 2025. Donald Trump, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his natal moon on October 26, 2025. That means it's like a completion of a cycle. For Cory Booker, for some reason he gets lucky. On October 27, 2025, his progressed moon conjoins his progressed Jupiter. He gets lucky, or there's an expansion in regards to his destiny or fate or whatever. We'll skip those transits. So on October 30th, 2025, for Hunter Biden, his progressed moon will trine his natal Uranus. Something shocking will happen for him, and that's around the time that they say the food stamps could end for roughly 42 million Americans or whatever. Anyway, so on November 5th, so that means something shocking can happen for Hunter Biden. For Chuck Schumer, on November 5th, 2025, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his nodes. There's a fated event that's going to happen for Chuck Schumer. So he might be fated to do something, like probably get the government back open, maybe. But also on the same day for Donald Trump, November 5th, 2025, for Donald Trump, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his progressed Uranus. That means that it's a shocking event for him. Something shocking will happen for him as well, just like Hunter Biden, around the same date. But for Donald Trump Jr., on November 5th, 2025, his progressed moon will conjoin his natal Jupiter. He gets lucky for some reason. And it's being that it's a conjunction, it's really, really good for him. So I don't understand how come Cory Booker and Trump Jr., they both get very lucky around this time. But anyway. However, in the future, Trump Jr., he might have to deal with something. So let's see here. So, like I said, on November 6th, 2025, transiting Venus in Scorpio is going to make a quincunx to transiting Uranus, which is in Gemini, as it's going back into Taurus. And what was my point about that? That just means that there could be some riots in regards to looking at the new moon, other people's money. So let's see here. Because Venus is in Scorpio, and I think transiting Mercury and whoa. How did Venus go into Scorpio though? Let me pause for a second. Okay, so yeah, on November 7th, Venus will go into Scorpio, and transiting Mars and Mercury will be out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius. So, beliefs, angering beliefs. Oh, that fits on Bill Clinton's chart, as a matter of fact. Something angering happens in regards to their beliefs. So, let's see here. Who do I start with? So, transiting Uranus will change signs on November 7th, 2025. Also, on November 11th, 2025, transiting Jupiter was stationed and go retrograde at 25 degrees 9 minutes. And so for Bill Clinton, on November 13th, 2025, his progressed moon will make a trine to his progressed ascendant. And that, like, the last time that we saw that was during the beginnings of the impeachment for Bill Clinton, all the way back in 1998 on December 20. The progression happened on December 26th, 1998, but the actual event happened on December 19th, 1998. So, but however, the weird thing about this is that for Donald Trump Jr., on November 14th, 2025, his progressed moon was sextile his natal Saturn, and that could be an emotional block or loss for him. And I'm trying to understand how. I would think that he would be happy about that event, but yeah. Let's see here. So it skips. So all the way passed that on November 30th, 2025 for Chuck Schumer, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his natal Chiron. So I want to stop there in regards to the astrology, because I want to post. I want to make another video. So I think this is gonna be everything in regards to my thoughts on the government shutdown and food stamps possibly ending on November 1st. Okay, that's it for me for now. I'll make a second video. Oh yeah, but I guess I want to end like this. I wonder what Chuck Schumer is eating right now. And I wonder what he's going to be eating on November 1st, 2025. And I wonder what he's going to be eating on November 5th, 2025. If the government's not back open by then. Anyway. Oh yeah, and Danny Williams Clinton. Look into him. Anyway, bye for now.